Exoprimal came out today. It's from Capcom. It's on Game Pass. It's insane. It's over the top, and it's really fun. And so far, I'm really getting into the game, and I'm enjoying it. So let's talk about it. So Exoprimal is a crazy, insane Mechs versus dinosaur sort of game. It's really fun. It's really addictive. I like it. I've played it for about an hour. I'm going to go over some quick things to give you an idea of what to expect. So there's three types of mechs to pick from. You have the support mech, you have the tank, and you have the assault mech. You also have ranged and melee versions of each one of them. So the assault mech essentially is the damage dealer. Just do as much damage as you can pretty much. The tank is there to protect people, essentially does a lot of damage, but also has a shield sort of thing that can protect your teammates. And then the support mech, which is basically the medic, which can do area heal effects or heal people individually. You also have the ability to obviously revive teammates if they get downed. The game comes with a story mode. The story mode kind of plays out between missions as you play through multiplayer games. The game is a multiplayer game through and through, so there's not really any single player involved in it. I can't speak for every part of this game, but I do know the game mode that I play, and that's what I'm going to talk about now, so you get an idea of what it is. Essentially, you start off the mission, and you are with a team of other people. The game plays out like objective based, where you have to just travel through from start to finish. The objectives can vary, but mainly for me it was killing dinosaurs. You'll get to an area and the AI will tell you that a certain dinosaur is spawning in. You have to kill the dinosaurs to move on to the next objective. Dinosaurs I've personally come up against so far is the Pachycephalosaurus, Triceratops, Raptors all the time, and Pteranodons. There's also a Carnotaur, and at the start of the game it kind of introduces another one, but I'm not going to spoil that for you. You can kind of find that out for yourself. So while you're in the missions and you're going through the different objectives, there is another team. That other team is directly against you, but not directly at the start of it. It plays out like PvE, where you're doing objectives and the other team are also doing the same objectives at the same time. As you go through and you complete objectives, it will tell you whether you're in front or behind the other team. Generally, the idea is to get to the last objective and complete it before the other team does. But that is not the end of the game. Once you complete the final objective, you will then move to a whole new level. This new level is a level where the other team will spawn into as well, and it becomes a PvE, PvP sort of scenario. The objective of this mode is essentially to get the data core from the start to the finish. By doing this, you basically have to stand next to the data core to keep it moving, so one teammate needs to be near it at all times. If you get there before the other team, then you get a head start, and they're not spawned into it until they complete their objectives. This world is an open world sort of one, which means you can travel around to where your opponents are and you can attack their data core to essentially slow them down, or kill them to slow them down as well. You'll also be given the ability every now and again where you'll have a pickup where you can turn into a dinosaur and go and attack your opponents. This normally seems to happen when you're behind, and then later on it will happen even if you're the team that's in front. It is absolutely hectic because you have other enemies spawning in at the same time. Raptors and Pteranodons and other things will spawn in, as well as the other opposition obviously attacking you. And if they get this pick up and turn into a dinosaur, that makes it more hectic because they're more like a boss, but it's controlled by a player. This does mean that if you collect it yourself, you can then become a dinosaur and attack your opponents, which is quite fun. But generally speaking, you just keep fighting until you get your data core to the end, and then you win and your team wins. The game has progression with different skins that you can have for your mechs, and also leveling up and unlocking new things and other weapons and things like that. The mechs themselves, there are several different variants of each one, each with their own different types of abilities and powers. Like I said, there are ranged and there are melee ones. Each of the different class ones have different types of attacks and things available for them. You start off playing as one, which is more of a ranged one, but you can move on to essentially melee ones and things like that. I can honestly say that I enjoyed this game, and if you have got the ability to play this game or you have got Game Pass, definitely get on and give it a go. It's a really fun game, it's really interesting, and I hope that I've given you enough information to give you an idea of what the game's about. But that brings me to the end of the video, so please like and subscribe if you like the video, comment down below. I've been GreenLycan, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.